Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Bristol United podcast, the Botcast Football Show. My name is James and today once again I am joined by first team manager John Gilbertson. John, how are you?
I'm not too bad, James. And you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I'm a bit of a operation this morning, so I'm a little bit sore, but that is not what the podcast is all about, is it? Let's do our mental health and wellbeing check, mate. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you?
Oh, I'd say a very good 10 today. Being
Very good 10.
Friday, Fridays is a good day. Fridays, isn't it?
It is a good day, mate. Yeah, and obviously you're looking forward to the weekend as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll come on to that in a bit more detail in a minute. Since we last spoke, you played a friendly game last weekend against Salford FC Reserves.
Yeah.
I suppose first and foremost, it was good to get the game on because at one point you weren't sure if the game was going to be on. I know you messaged me last Saturday morning saying that the game was off. Then 5 minutes later, it was back on. So
yeah, and I want to get if they're listening, and give a huge shout out to Salford and in particular their manager last week, because I know they were struggling themselves with players' numbers in the morning and sort of had to cancel. And I was chatting with him a little bit, and he was trying his sort of utmost to get other players and get the game on, which he did. So I'm really sort of grateful for his and their help in. And also to say, do you know what? Actually, a nice team. Their lads. It was a friendly game, but
yeah,
as you know, there's really no such thing as friendlies. But it was just nice to play a game in the right spirit. It's a tough, challenging game, but a good bunch of lads, a good club. Afterwards, having a drink together, and it's nice because you don't always get that with every team. So
no.
huge credit goes to Salford last week.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I saw the game on YouTube, and the pitch looks in pretty good condition considering the amount of games that were called off last week because of the weather. I thought it looked in very good nick. So, like you said, fair play to them for getting it on. And talk to us about the game, John. How did it go?
Well, we knew it was a good game. 2-1. We lost 2-1. We knew again the standards. There's a quite a big gap between the two, which we knew, like we knew the week before. But like me and my club and my team, really, we're not frightened of. We're not one of these who's frightened to play people and stuff. And it was always going to be a challenge, and it was a challenge in a good game. It was a close game. For me, I felt the first half. I thought they was deservedly leading at half time, because I thought it was close, yes, but they was the better side in the first half. I felt my team. I felt we was just playing with a bit of restriction in our heads a little bit, and I had a good sort of talk with them, the sort of team talk at half time, and just saying, look, lads, like, one is a friendly, two, the ethos is about us playing football and playing relaxed, and to go out like that, basically, and it was my exact words, go out there with a smile on your face, like you're looking troubled, you're looking like, go out and enjoy it the second half. And I think we performed very well the second half. We let two bad goals in, two mistakes, and not being critical, but it is what it is. It was two mistakes and bad goals to let in, and then we got one back through a penalty with Tom Blake when Callum was fouled. And the game finished 2-1, but irrelevant. The score was irrelevant, really. Being a friendly, I'm looking for the performance, and I felt we played a hell of a lot better in the second half. We looked a bit more like ourselves, getting the ball down and playing, and against a very, very good side, difficult side. But the second half was a lot more evenly balanced, which was pleasing up to the first. We wasn't under the cosh in the first half, but they was the better side. But yeah, lot more evenly matched the second half.
Yeah, I suppose if mistakes are going to be made, then friendlies are the time to make them, aren't they?
Yeah, so I mean, and that's it. And we sort of changed. We had quite a few changes to the team last week. It's not what you would say is our first sort of starting 11 in some of the positions. But like I said, that's what friendlies is for. And you're looking at things and tweaking things and changing things around and giving people chances. And that's what it is all about. And yeah, no mistakes is going to happen. There's no criticism of anything like that from me or the club. It's that we know that's going to happen. And like I said, that's the time to make them when there isn't 3 points or a cup game riding on it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I suppose training this week was sort of geared up, ready for this weekend coming, was it?
It was, yeah. Again, horrendous conditions Tuesday night, so
Yeah.
we done a bit of work on fitness Tuesday night because obviously we're limited in terms of what we can do at certain points with floodlights, and had a good sort of session on fitness, and then a bit of ball work in terms of second half with sort of passing movements and stuff like that, and some finishing drills, and then just treating the players to a sort of half-hour game of football, which I managed to join in myself as well, which
You
seemed
can't
like
resist
a good
it, can
idea
you?
at the time. You can't, no, and it was one of those, and it was just sort of perfect night to join in myself. And in my head, I thought, right, half hour now, I'm going to be whizzing around, but I think I was burnt out after about 2 minutes, and done a lot of pointing and talking as we managers do.
That's it. That's it.
That was about it.
Is that your warm up for the charity match? Is it? Is that what's going on?
I think so. I think it was just to shake a few cobwebs off. We've got 2 weeks to our sort of charity event, and I'm more confident I'll land myself on a 5-a-side pitch because it's a lot smaller. So I'm confident with that. But
Yeah,
at
fair
the end
play.
of the day, age is catching up fastly.
And I noticed I haven't watched it yet, but on YouTube there's a training video. Is that a training video that was done a full training session, or is that a?
Yeah, so what we've trialled this week, and that's a good point, James, because normally we record the training, we get some really good views on our YouTube channel where we split it up, whether we showed sections of training or parts of training. But for this Tuesday, we had a few videos actually go out, but it's the first time we've live streamed an event.
Yeah.
So this is in preparation to our charity day. So our charity day for Alzheimer's Society is going to be live streamed on YouTube, all 8 hours of it.
Right,
so
okay.
This was the club for the first time live streaming and really like a trial run of what we need to do, how we need to do it, how it's going to work. So we'll probably have 1 or 2 of them, more of like those with live streaming, just in a build up of our charity event, because the charity event is just, like I said, we're supporting Alzheimer's, and I know it's a long shot, but we want a live stream. Sometimes you do get donations made through live streams and stuff like that. So it'll all be set up, and we got like QR codes and links where people can donate to the event. And we're open, if we get a few sort of followers, watchers on the YouTube live event, that they might sort of help us with donations. So it's just another sort of marketing tool for the club that we haven't currently used so far.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Sounds good. Can you live stream games or not?
You can. There's no sort of anything against it, and I mean we got our VO camera at the moment, which we record the games.
Yeah.
There is an additional option to VO, which we haven't got at this stage because I don't think quite there's a need for it yet. But it gives you the option to live stream through VO, or alternatively, you can live stream through some of the other platforms. There's nothing stopping us live streaming through YouTube on games.
Right.
Some we probably won't do just yet, but as we get bigger and our social media channels increase and get bigger, and if there's people going to watch it, then I'm sure some we'll look at.
Yeah, I mean, if you could live stream tomorrow's game, mate, that'd be brilliant, so I can watch it then. When I'm sat on the sofa.
I thought you'd be first one there, James. I thought you'd be coming. We're making the short trip down.
I told you what I had done this morning, mate, and I don't think I'm going anywhere tomorrow, to be honest. I think it's going to be down the sofa tomorrow, I think. But that gives us a nice segue onto tomorrow's game. So tomorrow, the 18th of November, you are away at Ilchester Junior Colts in the Somerset Intermediate Cup. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, John. I don't know anything about Ilchester Junior Colts. Are they similar level, higher level? I don't know.
I think sometimes this is a hard one to say because they're in a different league. We're in the Bristol District, and I think their league might be Yeovil in something Somerset. I can't remember the exact title. So it's always impossible to say the standard. I've looked into their sort of details and studying it. They're top of the league at the moment. I think they've won 7 out of 9. So some big victories in there. big goal difference. So I think they're going to be a tidy, tough fixture for us.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to probably mirror our leagues, but ultimately you just don't know, because some teams, I'm not talking Bristol United, but when I've played in the past, you go to, sometimes you could draw like a village side, which is unbeaten in 2 years, and you think, my God, like they're going to be a good time. And they could be a good side, or you could absolutely hammer them because the standard's different. So I don't really know is the answer, and we won't know until tomorrow. But I'm expecting a tough test. I don't think the leagues will be too dissimilar to the one we're playing in. But who knows? You just don't know, unfortunately.
No, and I suppose like every game, I suppose you're just focusing on what you do rather than what they do as well.
Well, it is, and I think for any game, League Cup, friendly, whatever it may be, it is absolutely, you're absolutely right, James. It's about us. If we perform how we want to perform, of getting the ball down, playing football, we'll be all right. And ultimately, you can't do any more than that. If you're playing to sort of 80-85% of your potential and playing in the right way, if we're the better side, 9 times out of 10 we'll win. You're going to get the odd occasional bad luck story, which that's beyond our control. And if you get a good hiding and a hammering from a side because they're so much better, again, it's beyond our control. So it is absolutely, it's all about us always. If we're going to play to our best and fight to our best and play the right way, that's good enough. And the result normally will take care of yourself, and you'll get what you deserve. And then I'm fine with losing to teams if they're better than us.
Yeah.
I don't accept teams who outwork us, who outperform us because of they want it more. That's unacceptable, and the lads know that. But if they're a classier team and a better team, you can't do no more as long as we give all we have to give. And it's the same approach no matter who we play, friendly, say, cup games, league games. That's the sort of mentality this team has to adopt going forward.
Yeah, like you said, if the other team's better than you on a day and they play good football, you've got to hold your hands up and take it, haven't you? So
yeah.
But tomorrow, like you said earlier about the ethos of the club, is sort of go out and obviously work hard but have fun as well. And I'm sure the players will go out there tomorrow and looking forward to it as well. And like we were just saying before we started recording, the game's being played at Hewis Park tomorrow, but not, like you said to me, not on the first team pitch, but on the 4G pitch at Hewis Park. So that must be nice as well.
Yes, and again, it'll be a good day out for us. I've been there a few times, Hewis Park over the years, and it's a nice ground, nice setup, and we get to use their facilities. So it's going to be a good day out for the lads. We know ultimately it's not on the first team pitch, of course it's not, but it's going to be on a nice 4G pitch, which no doubt is going to be set up because their players will be training on it. So it's going to be a nice day. It's a cup game. You're away at a nice ground, nice facilities. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. No.
Probably winning and getting in the second round.
Yeah, which obviously is the target, isn't it? I suppose the good thing for your team as well is that going to play on a 4G pitch is not unknown for you. So that makes it, I would say that makes it more of a level game as well. Because if you were going there having never played on 4G, that would obviously, it does make a difference, doesn't it? I think it does anyway.
Yeah, well, I said we have talked about this, haven't we, once or twice? Or I think we're better on 4G. We're a young side that plays football. I just think we're better suited to a 4G pitch because it's a truer pitch. I think we're more comfortable on that with no bounces and stuff like that. And I'm always really pleased when we get to play on 4G. We know grass is a better surface, but I think that the lads, I think a lot of them would prefer 4G because it's just a flatter, truer pitch, and I think it's the defenders don't really like it for when they slide tackle and get a few. I think footballers, you can't grumble with that kind of, I said, flat pitch. It is always nice pace on the ball. So
I agree.
So I think that'll help us, I think, tomorrow.
And also, you haven't got to spend the next 24 hours wondering if the game's going to be called off or not, because we know it'll be on, which obviously is a good thing because, like I said, the weather has been atrocious recently, hasn't it? So, so that's 2:00 kickoff tomorrow. So if anybody wants to go and watch it, listens to this, head to Hewish Park, and it's on the 4G pitch outside Hewish Park. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Cool. Right, so well, good luck tomorrow. Like I said, unfortunately, I won't be there tomorrow. And it's back to league action next week. Is that right? Am I right in saying that next Saturday?
It is, yeah. I haven't looked at the fixtures, but memory serves me right. I think we're playing Shaftesbury. Shaftesbury Crusaders. So that was the game. That was our first league game of the season, which I don't want to go into too much, but we've had to replay it. It was a bad game that we actually lost on the day. But yeah, without sort of breaking up old things, we're replaying that game, so it'll give us a chance to sort of play it under proper conditions tomorrow. Next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week in more detail, though. Not the incident, whatever it was, but the actual game itself. We'll talk about it next week, and we can have a look back at the game at the weekend in the cup. Obviously, we mentioned earlier about the charity event. Just to, again, for anybody that's listening that isn't aware of it, that's on the 26th of November, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Sunday the 26th, 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock at Imperial.
It's gonna be interesting, isn't it? It's a long time. It's a long time. Like I said last week, it's a long time to be doing anything. But fair play to you a lot for doing it and for a great cause as well. And I noticed the other day on Twitter as well, you were looking. There were sponsorship opportunities for the club. So if anybody's interested in looking at the sponsorship opportunities, if you go onto the Twitter account, they're on there, aren't they?
Yeah, or our website, which is www.bristolunitedfc.co.uk. You'll see there's a drop-down section to sponsorship or become a sponsor. And yeah, we got sort of various packages available. Obviously, because of the things we do as a club, I know we do a lot more than probably most clubs. So there's certain avenues which is available for sponsors to sponsor us, which you probably wouldn't get at other clubs. But it's there's plenty of packages and sort of thanks to the current sponsors, because we got quite a few sponsors sponsoring different things already at the moment. So the chance to get on board in the early stages where you could become associated with our club.
Yeah, and like you said, I was looking through them the other day, and there is a lot of sponsorship opportunities, so that's, which is very good, and it's good for the club. And it's like you said, the more people that get involved, and the more the word gets out there, the better as well. So, like you said, Twitter or the website that John just mentioned, and just away from Bristol United, John, you've got a stress-free weekend this weekend because there's no City, there's no Rovers, and there's no Tottenham for you. So you can just relax this weekend, eh?
Just relax, yeah. It's a bit of a funny time. To be honest with you, James, I hate international weekends. And everybody I speak to say the same. I think we miss our games, the League One, the Championship, the Premiership. I'm not a big fan of the international weekends when everything gets cancelled. But I mean, it is what it is.
Will you watch England tonight?
I'll have it on. I've got to be honest with you, James. I haven't watched an England friendly or a qualifier for probably about 8 years now.
If you're not, no.
And I can remember as a little boy, I used to watch England every game, and my dad sometimes would miss if we was playing Turkey or something, and he would say, "Look, England's going to win 6-7-0. What's the point?" Yeah. And I couldn't ever get my head round why you wouldn't watch England, but the last 6, 7, 8 years, I've become the same. I'm the biggest England fan and passionate in tournaments, but qualification, we normally breeze and qualify. Friendlies, I just can't seem to get into it lately with England. I really can't. And I'll have it on and probably watch a bit here, but it won't be sat down
glued to
watching it. Yeah, it's just I can't seem to get in with these friendlies and qualifiers. I can't.
No, I mean I kind of know where you're coming from. I mean I will watch it tonight, and I do always look forward to watching England play, even though I totally get with what you're saying, that there's no excitement there, is there? Because like tonight we're playing Malta, and with all due respect, we're going to win tonight.
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, we could put 2 or 3 teams out that would beat Malta, couldn't we? You know, so, and I think Monday night we've got North Macedonia as well, which they're dead games in a sense, but, yeah, I still sit down and watch it tonight and, see what sort of team selection he puts out. And, obviously the big one is next summer, and hopefully football can come home, but we shall see. That's a long way in the future. But back to Bristol United. Tomorrow away at Ilchester Junior Courts, 2:00 kickoff. All supporters welcome. And as I always say, check out the videos on YouTube. Follow Instagram page, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, page, Facebook page. Your social media presence is growing as well, isn't it? Which is good.
Yeah, we've sort of done a bit of work on this week, and yeah, it's growing all the time and expanding. So it's we're just going in the right direction with everything, which is really pleasing.
Yeah, 100%, and good luck tomorrow as well, John, to the boys as well. And I will look forward to watching the game at some point over the weekend when it gets put up onto YouTube. And we will be back next week with another episode to look back on the cup game and talk about that. And then, like I said, look forward to getting back to league action next weekend. So, John, thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, James.
And we'll be back next week. Whatever game you're off to the weekend or whatever you're up to the weekend, have a good one. Take care. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading as well. This episode will be available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. So thanks for all the downloads and the views. Really is appreciated. And yeah, have a good weekend, and we'll be back next week. Take care, everybody.